This afternoon, my wife cracked up the car again. I was out driving, and she told me she was going to make a U-turn. I'll tell you the letter she made. You'll never find any out there.
Rodney Dangerfield had a gift that very few comedians ever possessed. Within seconds, he could walk onto a stage, deliver a single line, and completely destroy even the most composed hosts.
You'll be drinking early today. And I don't want to drink because I'm a bad drinker, I'll tell you that, Johnny. When I drink the next day, I got to do two things. I got to try and locate my car, and I got to bring back the car I took. I mean, I'm a bad drinker. Remember that one? Yeah, sure.
Nobody proved that better than Johnny Carson. For decades, Rodney built an entire career around one simple idea: no respect. He turned rejection, bad luck, family problems, and personal failures into comedy gold. The result was one of the most iconic personas in entertainment history. These are some of the moments Rodney Dangerfield had Johnny Carson struggling to keep a straight face and audiences laughing harder than they thought possible. The magic of Rodney wasn't just the jokes. It was the speed. Before the audience could recover from one punchline, another was already on the way. I get no respect. The day I was born, the doctor picked me up and smacked me. Then he fought with the nurse over who had to hold me. The crowd exploded. Rodney's entire world seemed built around disappointment. My parents got divorced. There was a custody battle over me, and nobody showed up. That was classic Rodney. In his universe, even the people who were supposed to love him wanted nothing to do with him. My family was full of losers. There was only one normal guy in the family. Nicest man you ever met. He died in prison. Every line was delivered with complete confidence, as if he wasn't telling jokes at all. He sounded like a man simply reporting the facts of his miserable life. Even casual conversations with Johnny Carson turned into comedy routines. My father was a workaholic. Really? Carson asked. Yeah. Every time someone mentioned work, he got drunk. Before the laughter died down, Rodney was already moving on. I fixed my drinking problem. I joined Alcoholics Anonymous. I still drink, I just use a different name. The audience loved it because Rodney could take ordinary topics and twist them into something completely absurd. My wife and I made a deal. We only smoke after sex. I've had the same pack since 1975. Then came the perfect follow-up. What worries me is my wife. She's up to 3 packs a day. Rodney's marriage jokes became legendary because they always turned back on him. My wife and I don't have sex anymore. Now when we undress, we can't stop laughing. His childhood stories were no less brutal. I was a lonely kid. In the park, I had no friends. On the seesaw, I had to run from one end to the other. Nobody could make loneliness sound funnier. As he got older, Rodney claimed nothing improved. Girls only cared about looks. They say looks don't matter. Really? How many times have you seen a handsome guy walking arm in arm with a short, fat, ugly woman? The answer, according to Rodney, was never. His family remained a constant source of material. My kids don't help either. I told my son, someday you'll have children of your own. He said, so will you. Then he described his son. My kid is so mean, he tapes worms to the sidewalk and watches the birds get hernias. And his daughter wasn't safe either. She's been picked up so many times, she's starting to grow handles. What made these jokes work wasn't cruelty. It was Rodney's delivery. He never sounded bitter. He sounded defeated. Like he'd already accepted that life was going to keep embarrassing him forever. Health and fitness became another target. Doctors say exercise burns calories. They say making love burns 150 calories. I made love once and lost 150 calories, my watch, and my wallet. The audience roared. Rodney was always the victim of his own stories. When astrology became popular, he found a way to make fun of that too. Girls always ask me what sign I am. I tell them they're all born under the same sign. What's that? For rent. Even Johnny Carson couldn't hold it together. His stories about being broke became some of his most famous material. I was broke for years. Couldn't buy anything. I used to go to orgies just to eat the grapes. Then there was show business. My fan club broke up. What happened? Carson asked. The guy died. Rodney's father jokes may have been his strongest material. My old man didn't help at all. We used to play tag and he'd drive. He took me to the zoo hoping my real parents would claim me. And one of his greatest punchlines. My father carried a picture of the kid who came with his wallet. The laughter came from how effortlessly he made every situation worse than the one before it. His doctor's stories worked the same way. I got the wrong doctor. Really? Yeah. I told him every morning I wake up, look in the mirror, and want to throw up. He said, I don't know what's wrong with you, but your eyesight is perfect. Simple setup. Perfect payoff. Even getting older became comedy material. I'm at the age now where if I squeeze into a parking space, I'm satisfied. When Rodney remarried, he immediately turned it into a joke. I married a lovely Mormon woman. You did? Yeah. Next week I'm marrying her sister. The audience lost it. One of Rodney's greatest strengths was turning everyday complaints into complete nonsense. I bought a whirlpool for my bath. So far I've lost 3 of my best ships. I bought a waterbed. There were 2 Cuban guys swimming in it looking for Florida. My dentist found a new way to hide bad breath. He holds up his arms. Every joke escalated the absurdity. Whether he was appearing with Johnny Carson, David Letterman, or Jay Leno, Rodney never changed his formula. He was always the same unlucky guy fighting a losing battle against life. On one appearance, he explained. My doctor told me to go home and baby myself. So I told my wife to breastfeed me. Even decades into his career, his timing remained flawless. Perhaps the perfect Rodney joke came later in life. My wife wanted a threesome. Oh really? Yeah. Then she brought in 2 other guys. One punchline summed up his entire career. No matter the topic, family, marriage, money, health, work, or getting older, Rodney always found a way to turn himself into the loser of the story. And somehow, that made him a winner with audiences. For nearly 60 years, Rodney Dangerfield made people laugh harder than almost anyone in show business. He didn't need props. He didn't need elaborate stories. He didn't need special effects. All he needed was a microphone, impeccable timing, and a lifetime of imaginary bad luck. Watching Rodney perform today reminds us why great comedy never goes out of style. He had a unique ability to take life's frustrations and transform them into something everyone could laugh about. His genius wasn't just making people laugh. It was making people realize that everyone struggles, everyone gets knocked down, and everyone feels like they don't get enough respect sometimes. Rodney simply found the funniest way possible to say it. If you enjoyed this look back at one of comedy's greatest legends, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Prestige Buzz, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest stories on entertainment's most unforgettable stars. And now we want to hear from you. Which Rodney Dangerfield joke made you laugh the hardest? Let us know in the comments below.